Hi everyone, it's Rebecca with linkinglewiscounty.com, and on today's episode of Hear All About It, we have Rebecca Dunckel-King. For those of you who don't know, Rebecca is the superintendent at Lowville Academy. Welcome, Rebecca.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. You're here to talk about a very exciting project going on at school.
Yes,
go ahead,
that's
take
right.
the floor.
Yeah. So this October 25th, the community has the opportunity to vote on a capital project at Lowville Academy. It's a $14.9 million capital project called Protecting Our Future, and the base of the capital project is mainly updates to plumbing and heating and ventilation, accessibility for bathrooms, replacement of turf and gym floors, and then of course the addition of a track.
Okay. You'd mentioned earlier, which it had just blown my mind, fixing the track, that it's been 15 years.
Yeah, the turf by the time.
The turf,
yeah,
yes.
So by the time, if this is approved, by the time they can work on it, which is probably around the spring of 2024, we'll be at the 15-year mark, which is
hard to
the
believe.
life expectancy of a turf. Isn't it amazing?
Yes, it is amazing. Let's talk about the bathrooms a little bit.
Sure.
Which this I didn't realize. Currently, you'd say we have inadequate handicap accessible bathrooms at school?
So right now in our elementary, each classroom has a bathroom, and they were built in 1955, so it's been quite a long time, and they're not wheelchair accessible. And so our plan is to redo all of those bathrooms and make them ADA compliant so that any student who uses a wheelchair for mobility doesn't have to leave the classroom to go all the way down to the nurse's office and to use that bathroom. They'll be able to stay in the environment and be able to
so
just
currently,
join class.
That's what is happening. There's students that are going that's surprising to me. So It sounds to me like that's a very, were you able to pick and choose what was done with this money?
No tax impact. So we get about 89% building aid. And then in 2020, the voters authorized a capital reserve account.
Okay.
And so since 2020, we've been putting money into that account that can only be used for capital projects.
Okay.
But projects are usually informed by what's called a building condition survey that architects do, usually every 5 years, and then they determine what kinds of things are at the end of their useful life, and then what things we need for safety and accessibility.
Okay, so this is really professionals weighing in, looking at the building and seeing what is most important for the safety and welfare of the students.
Yeah, absolutely. The architects and our director of facilities, Mike Halad, and the administration did a lot of this work together. And so there was a long list of things, and we got all of the most important things into this project.
Excellent. So there's 3 meetings that are open to the public to hear all this information, probably more in depth than we're going to talk about today. But let's go over the dates and times of those meetings.
Sure. The biggest one, which is going to have our architects and our construction management firm, will be October 12th in the elementary cafeteria at 6:30. Then we have one the next night in case you can't come to that at 6:30. And then lastly, we have a Saturday at 9 o'clock in the morning on October 15th.
Okay. I should mention too that Lincoln and Lewis County will be at least to one of those meetings, so anyone that can't attend should be able to find the information on our website. The track, I'm very excited about the track. I mentioned to you earlier, I live on Waters Terrace. The sure sign of spring to me every year was watching those girls run up my street. This will be such a better option not only for students, but I feel like the community as a whole to have.
Absolutely. It's a really safe option. Anyone who's been out running knows that the sidewalks and the streets are not a safe place, especially for students who need to run for track. So this gives them a place to be, a centralized location. And the great thing about it is the community can use it, and it's safe for them too.
Absolutely. And we should mention, I think when everyone kind of hears about this project, they zone in on the aspect of the track, but that's only 20% you said of the...
Yeah, definitely. It's just a portion of the work we're doing. The main work we're doing is the accessibility, and a lot of plumbing, heating, and ventilation actually is taking up the majority of
so you meant, I don't think we did mention that, the heating and ventilation, and you said there's a pipe that runs from school.
So we have an original pipe that runs from our school out to State Street, and it's completely deteriorated, so we have to dig up the entire thing and replace it. That's going to be a major project right on the front lawn of school.
I was going to say, so what will that do to the front? Will they put everything back intact? Will it look the same, or are we going to change the facade of school at all?
No, we won't have to change anything. We'll put it right back together, and it'll look nice, but it does have to be replaced.
Okay, all right. Let me think. So this is definitely we need the public to come out, and because this needs to be voted on by.
That's right. Yeah,
by
our
everyone in the
community needs to
district.
vote on this October 25th between noon and 8, in the auditorium where we do our normal budget vote and board of election.
Okay. And again, anyone that has any questions or concerns, come to one of these 3 meetings. The first meeting probably is the best one, you're saying, for people to go to, because they'll be the professionals will be there, so to speak.
So if someone has a specific question, I can answer most of the questions, but if it's specific about a material that's being used or a company that might be a consultation, you'd want to come to that event.
Okay, so the architects, the people that have probably been putting a lot of time and effort into these things, they'll be there, and they'll really are the ones that will have the answers to those kinds of specific structural questions.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Is there anything else you think that we need to discuss or let the people know as far as this project goes?
No, we're really excited. We've been working on this project for about 2 years, and it really gives students a great opportunity. And it creates accessibility and equality for our students, which is always, our main goal.
Absolutely. Well, we really appreciate you coming in. A lot of valuable information. I've always said, I come from a larger area, living here and raising my child in Lowville. It's amazing to me how the school really is a community center. It's not just a school. It's kind of a place that we all kind of use as a touchstone.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.